Hi guys, this is FFAN16 and welcome to a Dissidia Opera Omnia discussion video. It is now available to download on iOS and Android. Just go to your Play Store, search for Dissidia, and you'll be able to find the app. When you get into the Play Store, there's a brief description of what this app entails. There's some reviews, take that with a grain of salt. It's really a game you just have to dive in and play. And of course, if you don't like it, you could always uninstall it. But so far, I'm enjoying it. If you've played a Dissidia in the past, this will definitely feel a little familiar, even though the battle system is going to be a little different. Actually, I find by playing a little bit of it here, I'm getting a slightly better understanding on how to do my attacks in regular Dissidia, maybe a little bit better. It takes a little bit more time and it's turn-based, so you kind of get the mechanics a little easier. As you can see here, there's a description on the story, the characters, the necessities needed on your device to download and run this properly. It is a full app that runs on Wi-Fi or data. It does not do any offline, so make sure you have a solid connection when playing. So we're gonna get into some of the gameplay here that I've recorded on my phone. I was just gonna show you here some brief description of the chapter 1 characters that you'll be able to get at the beginning of the game and throughout the map. It doesn't show them all, but it gives you at least a brief outline of who these guys are and a brief description. Actually, now that we're going through, I think they are showing all the ones that you get at the beginning levels here. You just have to open up some of them within the map, and I'll show you a brief walkthrough on how to do that as well here. So I'm going to show you some gameplay here that I just recorded on my device to give you kind of an understanding on some of the battle mechanics and the flow of how this game works. There is collection of jewels or gems that you could purchase things throughout the game. There's a whole bunch of tutorials to help you understand gameplay right away. This section here that I'm going to show you kind of outlines the menu systems, and it's very complex. It's definitely a heavy concept app game. It may take a user a little while to dive into it. This part here might actually start discouraging people from playing the app. Trust me guys, get past these tutorials and the gameplay itself is actually quite fun and a bit addictive. We're going to look at the Warrior of Light here and his confrontation with Garland, so you do get a bit of backstory on some of the characters. What I find interesting in regards to this Dissidia and the other ones is these characters don't remember being part of the Dissidia universe before, as in Dissidia NT. They kind of have a vague memory of being here in the past with the original Dissidia games. So I'm not too sure how closely this ties in with that Dissidia story, except for using the two gods, the Chaos and Cosmos version of Dissidia NT. Sorry guys, I can't really remember their names at the moment because I just started playing Dissidia NT and I'm getting used to the new gods of that universe. So at first you're given Vivi, Ren, and the Warrior of Light, and of course Mog is there to annoy you and guide you along the way. You are basically on a grid map system, and you could clear areas and gain your diamonds or your gems. You could also gain storyline and new characters along the way. So actually we're going to dive into a little bit more gameplay here after I show you the bit of the map. So you are going to notice a bit of load time with this app. I did find it's a little tedious at times, but it's not too long. When you get into an area, you will see what you can get for the extra gems if you clear certain objectives. Also right now, Ren, the Warrior of Light, and Vivi get a XP bonus for about a week, I believe, as the launch of this app as a bonus for playing. And the battle system is actually quite unique. It's still using the Dissidia Brave and HP attacks. So you have to break the bravery with your brave attacks and then use your HP attacks once they're kind of glowing or pumping purple. So that kind of depicts on Dissidia NT when your bravery has gone purple, and you can then do the final impact on the bad guy to incapacitate them. So that's the objective here as well. You want to get them down to 0, so then you can start inflicting bigger HP breaks and then incapacitate the enemy and causing them to go away. So the rest of this area here is just going to be a tutorial. I am going to skip ahead as you guys can get into the app and partake in these tutorials. They do help you learn the game as you go and the different attacks. Also teaches you how to equip weapons, how to change and swap out characters, and all that. But we came here to see a bit of the story and the gameplay, so we'll jump into that right now. So this section here, I've just jumped ahead a little bit in my gameplay. I'm not too far into the game, but I have got Saz in my party, and we're gonna go into a battle here with him. You again have this grid map system, which I'm gonna show you here, with different objective areas and the ones that you've cleared and yet to be cleared. Now each symbol means a different thing, which will be shown later on here. Some are main stories, side quests, character development areas, and main quest. So I'm just showing you some of the character stats here, their equipment. You could just tap on them to get more information. What the mission is to clear this given area, and then you could begin into the battle. If you guys are interested as well, you can link your Facebook account to your Dissidia Omnia. This will allow you to back up your data in case you lose your phone, or if you want to transfer it to another device. Remember, if you do transfer to another device, it states that you won't be able to play it on the device you started it out with, which kind of sucks. I kind of like what Kingdom Hearts Union Key or Unchained Key does, is that you can play it on multiple devices. You just have to load your save data. So I'm kind of disappointed you can't do that with Omnia, as I would like to play it on my tablet or my Android box or my phone at any given time. So I guess I'll just be playing this on my phone as I can capture video here for you guys. Also, by linking your Facebook, you can then do online multiplayer with other friends that are playing this game as well. Look forward to seeing what that's like, as I know I have one friend at least who is playing this game. If anybody else wants to play this game with me, please leave a comment below and we can see if we can hit it up and share here. Although I do leave my Facebook page quite private, so we'll see how that goes. So as you can see, you can clear the quest here. Upon clearing the quest, you then get your experience points like an average Final Fantasy, and then you can gain jewels or gems, and also your extra bonuses. And of course, if you get any items throughout the match from the enemies as well. And the map is going to expand as soon as you complete an area that triggers an opening. You just have to move to this. This looks like this is the storyline, and some exciting stuff's going to happen here, guys. Please beware, these are spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled, stop watching now, as some important characters will be joining. If you are still interested, keep watching the video here, and we'll continue on. So Kupo, or Mog, is as annoying as he is in Dissidia and T, so unfortunately, go into your settings, you can turn off the help, but he will still talk to you through the cutscenes. As you see, we've got Tifa, and she is spicy and saucy as ever. Takes her a while to trust us, but don't worry guys. And girl, she is going to join our party. And of course, who's she looking for? Cloud. Cloud's always leaving her behind, that poor girl. So I leave it sit here a little bit because I'm actually reading this as I'm playing as well. So if you guys feel free, read up. And I like how it's very easy to read, and it's so classic Final Fantasy feel here with the text box, and I'm not really speaking for you. I find there's still a lot of the Japanese voice overlay when there is voices, so we've basically only really got the English in the text boxes. Also, if you notice in the top right hand corner, if you're not really interested in watching these cutscenes, you can skip. If this is your first time through, I enjoy watching them for the first time, but if you again later on in the future come and replay the game, you can at least skip these scenes if you do not want to watch them again. I find that's a handy feature for multiple playthroughs as well. So now that Tifa has now accepted to join our team, we will clear this area. She has joined us. She's a new ally. And she opened up multiple sections to go to. This will explain to you how to work this. And as you see, one of these sections actually shows Cloud. And then we can get him to join our party as well. So you could take on main quests. You could even make new allies. You can go on side quests. There's gates that have certain precautions that need to be done. And chests that you could get within the world. As I was explaining earlier, that those symbols do have a meaning, and we're gonna go and see if Cloud will join us on our noble quest. So what's going on here for the story, guys, is that this was once a peaceful world, and these little black holes opened up and monsters are spilling out of them, and you have been gathered to stop these and close them. There is a little ambiance of the villains having something to do with this, but I really haven't gone into the story as much to see what their role is. Kuja did make an appearance at the beginning. I just didn't have anything here on the videos that I've captured, as that would be a nice spiciness for you guys to see once you start playing the game as well. And of course, Cloud is Cloud, so his attitude is pretty much the same as he is everywhere. Very foreboding and not willing to want to cooperate or join, but I think Tifa with us will kind of pull his arm a little bit. So I'm going to get into how to swap out your characters. Excuse me, guys, it does take me a little bit to remember what the tutorial was to be able to switch Saz out here. I'm just seeing and reviewing the characters that I have available. This doesn't add them to your party, it just shows them in their stats. If you want to add somebody to your party, you have to hold your finger down, I believe, on the one of the party's faces right there, and I don't know how I kind of got that to work. Drag the character over, and then she will become, or he will become, part of your party, and the party member that was in that place would go back in your lineup. So now that I got Tifa part of my party, we're going to begin this battle. And she is a prerequisite, as you can see, for getting that extra item here in the battle. She's got some pretty good moves too. It's going to teach you how to autoplay, but I don't want to autoplay. The music is awesome. We've got some Final Fantasy VII music here playing, so I'm thinking it might have to do with some of the characters that you equipped, or it might have to do with areas. This area has to do with Cloud, so maybe that's why we're listening to Final Fantasy VII music. Anyways, guys, it is super awesome. I just love it when they play these nostalgic Final Fantasy songs while you're playing a game. It just brings back some really good memories. So Tifa's really good against skeleton type foes. She can break them pretty easily. So even though he's broken, I can't incapacitate him because none of us are going purple yet. So we're going to keep using bravery attacks. When he's up in the air, this probably would have been better to use HP attacks instead of the bravery attack, as it could have done some damage to him regardless. So you can still do damage with HP attacks, it's just harder to do that one hit incapacitation until you're glowing purple. Of course, by the looks of it, there's a better chance of getting an item or a chest from the enemy as well. There we go, guys, victory, and you're definitely given a lot of gems and accessories and add-ons. The little red things, I know those are to use to enhance your weapons. As for the other items, I haven't learned what they do at this time. They might also be there to enhance items, weapons, gear, or your character stats. So it's just stuff to learn as the game progresses on here. So now we're going to try to recruit Cloud, and his moodiness is ever, because all he cares about is Sephiroth. You know it, that's the boy he's looking for. So of course he's again talking about, of course, Sephiroth. Who else would Cloud be trying to find. He's always searching for him no matter which world he goes to. And it looks like we convinced him to come with us, even though he doesn't seem too happy about it. Thanks, Cloud. Aw, Tifa's happy. You should be happy that Tifa's happy. Okay, and of course more gems for completion. We learned about Cloud's new abilities. And we've got a training book. Now I haven't done anything with the training book yet, so I'm yet to see the benefits of that. The prerequisite of opening this gate was to get Cloud as an ally so we can continue on to the next area. There you guys go. So that's some beginning gameplay and story for Dissidia Omnia. I hope you guys enjoy. Please put a like below. Leave me a comment. Are you playing this? Are you enjoying it at all? Is it your cup of tea? You can follow me at Twitter at ffan_16. And as always, guys, happy gaming.